As businesses expand, we need management. We need management in the process to help us grow the organization and to do an effective job of doing the many tasks associated with building a quality organization. Many business leaders tell me that this is a challenge in and of itself, finding the right people to manage, attracting the managers, keeping those managers, and I've heard a lot of frustration amongst executives and entrepreneurs in this regard. I've got a resource on my website called the Effective Management Series, and it's something that I put together. It's essentially 14 different topics that a manager can use to guide their activities effectively and develop into a better manager. And so you should take a look at that at andretaylor.com if this is an issue for you. But I want to leave you with 3 compelling ideas that are really important as it relates to attracting managers and fulfilling that all-important aspect of having the right people in place to move an organization forward, move your projects forward. You know, whether you are a person who has a small enterprise with just yourself and maybe a couple of other people, or maybe another person involved, or whether you have a large enterprise, you are going to need someone to manage projects, to manage people, to manage the strategy of your organization, and to get things done. Here are 3 things that are really important in that regard. The first thing is culture. Culture is so important today. Every organization has an organizational culture, and this isn't something we should leave to chance, because if you have the right culture, a manager is stepping into a set of values, a way of thinking, a way of operating that they can both understand and they can embrace or reject. You see, if you have the right culture, you will attract the right managers. You'll attract managers who are responsive to that culture, and you will repel those managers who are not. So it's important for you to understand what your business stands for. What are the values? How do you operate? What's the mood? What's the atmosphere like? What do we do? What do we not do? How do we approach business day to day? Those cultural issues, those value issues are really important in setting the right tone for what you're doing as an organization, and particularly as it relates to leading managers. Now, the second issue is training. We learned a long time ago that training is important, but one compelling thing we learned is that training should be ongoing. It isn't one time. So you need training, you need leadership gatherings, you need a refinement of your strategy to reinforce your culture and your values, and to reinforce those ideas that are fundamental to the way the business should operate. So training is really important, and don't underestimate the value of that. Many organizations will bring a manager on board and they won't give the manager any training. And even though you have a culture, even though you have a business, even though you have a system, it has to be clear how that evolves over time. And training is a deep thing. You know, the more training you get, the more the ideas are reinforced, and the more you understand the job and the business involved. Now, the third thing that's really important is motivation, appreciation, and making sure that there's encouragement. And of course, that includes rewards and recognition in terms of the business. You know, you're going to have fatigue. You're going to have people who are get disconnected from the focus of the business, the mission of the business. And so you need this in order to keep everyone on track. So these are the 3 components that you should really be focused on as it relates to management and making sure that management is effective in your organization. If you like this tip, give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you liked it. Share it with someone in your network who you think will benefit by it. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. You can do that by clicking the icon with my photo, and I'll have a lot more for you. I'll see you next time.